Hey, my Wholistic Hearts friends. I told you I would be going live here and there with some updates in between big episodes this month. And I thought I would pop on here because I've had a couple of people ask me just privately in my text messages or on Facebook Messenger. And they've been asking me, what are we doing in our household this month of March? And I wanted to share that with you. So this is a quick episode, and I invite you, if this sounds fun to you, or if this kickstarts something for you, I know for me, I love hearing what other people are doing because it gives me an idea of oh, well, I could do that as well. So here we go. It's going to be quick. All right. So some of you know that Joshua and I completed a challenge that we started in June last year. It was a 75 day challenge where we had to do 5 things every day. Those 5 things were 2 45-minute workouts. One was outside. Stick to a nutrition plan that was geared towards our goals. So for us, it looked like paleo and no sugar, like outside sugar. I had honey, but in my coffee, and that was about it. And then third, take a progress photo every day. Number 4 was read a nonfiction book for 30 minutes. And number 5 was oh man, now I'm forgetting what it is. Oh, drink a gallon of water every day. So we did it. I purely did it I was desperate for change. I was so tired of feeling disgusting and not following through on things, quite frankly, when it came to my body. And so I wanted to prove to myself that I could finish something all the way through. You guys, we were sitting there oh my gosh, this is the worst, or maybe it's the best time to do this. We had a few trips that were already planned in the summer, and we ended up powering through. We did 75 days in a row. Now, the thing with this challenge is a man named Andy Frizella, he made it, and he calls it the mental toughness program, not a fitness program, because it really is all about your mental capacity and your toughness. And I can say this to be true by far. Yes, this is the most intense and the most growth for myself that I've done ever. I proved to myself that I could do that for 75 days. And in the program, he talks about if you miss one of those, even if you miss taking a picture on day 73, then you have to start over at day 1. And we did it. We did 75 whole days of those things. And it was so awesome to do it together. I could not have done it without him. I mean, I could, but it would have been really hard. And so I'm giving you that backstory because September, October, we tried to continue on with most of those habits with a lot more leeway. We definitely did not take a picture every day. And we continued on with our reading. We tried to get those 2 workouts a day, but we started to notice that because we weren't in the challenge, we were kind of half-hearted doing it as time went on. And then November and December happened and it fell off the wagon. Well, one thing that I learned in this 75 hard challenge last year was that it actually really helped my autoimmune symptoms. And so as November and December came around, my symptoms started to flare up again. So I started questioning, should we do this again? And I ended up going back to one of my old functional transformational coaches who has helped me for decades, literally decades of my life. And we started to dig deeper. And in conjunction with that, I started talking with Joshua, hey, I need to figure out something to do on a daily basis that's going to help me move my body. And he was like, yeah, me too. I love that structure, but we don't have to be as structured as 75 hard, but let's do another round of it. So we sat down one Sunday and we were like, all right, here is our top 5 things that we choose every day to do. So, and this is what I am telling you to invite you into this. If you would like to participate, we are doing, I have a couple of text threads, one on my phone, one is inside the Facebook Messenger, to move our bodies throughout March. And someone was asking me, what are we doing? And so this is what I'm sharing with you. If you would like to partake, awesome. Send me a message and we can do it together. Right now, Joshua and I are on day 36. Today is day 36. And it has been so rewarding to continue to do a challenge together. Now it's a little different than what we did originally. So what we do now is we have 2 30-minute workouts. So for me, it could look like 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes walk outside, or it could be stretching or yoga, or I'm doing some physical therapy. So I do some of that. For Joshua, it looks like playing basketball for 2 hours in the morning 3 times a week. And he counts that as both of his workouts. So we're not as stringent as we were with the original program because it wasn't our program. So this is really our Chadwick 75 hard version. Our second thing we do is we do take a progress photo, not necessarily every day, but every few days. We definitely do that. And the reason why we do that is we just read this book together called The 4-Hour Body by Tim Ferriss. And he was talking about how there's research done on actually taking photos of yourself every day is better than keeping a handwritten journal of what you feel like, because there's something about visually seeing where you're at that clicks in your brain more. So, and I'm sure there's way more science behind that, but I'm not going to go too deep on that today. The third thing that we're doing is a minimum of 30 minutes of listening to an audiobook together. Now, this is really interesting and has been really fun. We've been whipping out the books. It's been 35 days basically of listening to a book for 30 minutes a day. And we have read some really great ones. The last one that we finished was The 4-Hour Body by Tim Ferriss. The one before that was The Book of Waking Up by Seth Haynes. Wow, that book should be recommended to every person. I'm going to just say that, to every person. It was so good. It was for people who are struggling with coping mechanisms and addictions. And really, we all struggle with that. We all struggle with picking up something to avoid an emotion, a feeling, an experience, right? So whether that's alcohol, social media, your phone, eating, exercising, all of those things. So that was a really fascinating book. But one thing that we discovered in the last couple of books is we really wanted to slow down and actually process what we were reading. So right now, today, we are reading Quantum Christianity. And that book, we decided to listen for 20 minutes, and then we're going to Voxer, so voice message each other, thoughts and questions throughout the day that after we listen to it, and then discuss it later on. So that could be an idea. If your spouse is on board or a friend, that you could do this with a friend, I highly recommend doing any kind of challenge with a friend. So if you want to join in, come join us. So that's, let's see. So we talked about the 30-minute workout 2 times a day, progress picture, listening to the book, 5-minute journaling. So Joshua has the 5-minute journal. It's literally prompted every day, like 3 things of gratitude. What did you learn today? What would make today great? I think there's a couple of other things. And then I write in my journal every morning. And instead of a gallon of water, we do a half gallon minimum. So making sure we get those 64 ounces of water every day. And the reason why we decreased that was just because I know on a typical human level, a gallon of water is going to deplete our minerals and nutrients. So I really stick to about a half a gallon every day, and I think that's plenty. But typically I will say it's half your body weight, just so you know. Okay. The diet is no alcohol and no sugar, and eating and sticking to a plan that fits you. For me, this looks like low histamine, which is what's triggering my autoimmune responses. So I am trying not to eat leftovers, which are high in histamine. I'm trying to eat cherries and foods that are going to help me process histamines. So this could look like for you, paleo or keto or intermittent fasting, any of those that are going to keep you on track. Or it could be as simple as I'm going to add a green to every meal. Okay. So those are our list of our Chadwick challenge, the 75 Chadwick challenge. That's what we're going to call it. So that's what we're doing, and it's going really well. It's enough to help us not lose energy over deciding what we're going to do every day. And to me, that's super helpful. And I will say too, you may be thinking, gosh, I don't have time to do that. And I will tell you, as going through 75 Hard, the real version last year, and then doing this one right now, we really, when our lives are busiest, like right now, our life is very busy. We have 4 kids. They're all in a sport right now. And one is actually in 2 sports, which we've never done, probably will never do again. But it is extremely busy. And between that and growing my podcasting business and Joshua doing his work, and there's a lot of other things that are up and coming, this is a busy time of year. And it's so much fun. And it's very energy giving and also energy taking. And so I have to be really intentional to set aside time to take care of myself. And I don't know about you, that's the last thing. It's very counterintuitive to what you would think we need in this season. So I will tell you that as much as a pain in the butt it is to plan ahead, it is a lifesaver for protecting my time and my energy when it could be swallowed up very easily. And there are creative ways that we can work out. I utilize my son's soccer time to walk around the fields. I am creating meal plans on Sunday. We are tag teaming on, hey, can you go here so I can get this workout in? So if anything, it's going to make you be more intentional with your time and to be proactive instead of reactive. So I wanted to share that with you of what we are doing in this March Wellness month and invite you into that space. Again, we do have a March movement messenger group that I'd love for you to be a part of and join us. And you can join in on those things. If you would like a checklist, let me know. Send me an email, Kristen@KristenFieldsChadwick.com. I'd love to have you there and join you inside of our group. And there we go. Let me know if you have any more questions. Otherwise, I will talk to you on Thursday.